So the key, though, like you said, is that listening piece, and that means listening for meaning. That doesn't mean just sitting there and nodding your head like, oh, yeah, sure, keep talking. It's really getting it.
Correct.
It's getting what they're saying. It's really feeling with them so that you can understand their journey and be a part of it. And what is interesting, and I know you've said this to me before, and I've certainly seen it a lot in my business too, is that once you empathize with somebody, all of that toxicity and that anger or frustration or upsetness, whatever it is, kind of dissolves.
Absolutely.
It's like once they feel understood, they just start to relax.
It fades away.
Yeah. And, but when you're faking it and, pretending like you're listening or fighting back because you're upset that they're feeling like they're attacking you,
Correct.
It just gets worse. It just escalates.
Correct. It snowballs into a very bad place.
Yeah.
And first of all, when you're feeling upset, and when you're feeling pain in terms of a sale, perhaps it's a divorce and you never wanted to move. Right. Perhaps someone died. There's so many factors that go into a sale. We never know. Sometimes it's just people want to move forward in their lives. Sometimes want to downsize. Sometimes they need more space. But you have to understand everyone's journey. And everyone's journey is different.
But also it changes the meaning of the work. I mean, when you come in and you start to really understand why someone, like what is going on in their life, what their struggle is, what they're excited about, whatever it is,
right.
It changes the meaning of the work for you because you're connecting to who they are. And you're helping them through a really big transaction in their life, which is, very powerful.
And connecting is everything, as you know.
Yeah.
You know more than anyone.
Yeah.
When you connect on a level with someone and people like you, they want to work with you. They want to connect, and they want to have you have that likability factor. Yeah. And then between the two, you kind of fold over into each other.
But I'm going to bring that back to what you said earlier, too, is that it's even more than being liked. It's being understood, that they feel you get them, and that is so amazing because it's such a personal experience. And it's such a personal transaction.
But I do think that likability plays a huge part in being a good broker.
Oh, yeah.
Because I see whenever I go to, let's say, a different pitch for a seller, everyone's different. And everyone wants different things. Right. And everyone has different needs. So you have to be able to zone into everybody's needs differently.
So Leslie, you have three main things that you say are your top characteristics that are your secret sauce and have led you to having an extraordinary year. Honesty, tenacity, and empathy. And do you think these things have been life-changing for you?
I do. I truly do. And for me, it makes me feel calmer. Yeah. There's a calmness that I'm feeling this year, and in a year that's very stressful. I'm feeling a certain calmness. And I think because I have merged these three things together, and it's made me more impactful with my buyers and my sellers.
Leslie, thank you so much for coming and sharing your wisdom. Before we end, do you have any final words for us to hold on to?
I do. It's something I think about every day. I think this year in particular, I have learned to merge the honesty, which is the truth, the empathy, and the tenacity together. Whereas I used to really be very emotional and very emotionally driven, I feel I've taken it down a notch, and it has served me well. When you are calm, you're clear-headed, and things just happen and they flow in a much better way.
It's fantastic.
And I truly think that has maneuvered me into the next level of my business.
That's great.
Yeah, I really do. When I think about it from, one day to the next, and when things are tough, I say, you know what? Calm, clear, collected, that takes you the distance.
And that comes from inside.
Completely from inside.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's what you have to bank on.
Yeah.
What comes from the inside is what everyone sees.
Yeah. Awesome. That is great. Thank you, Leslie, so much.
Thank you,
This was
Liz.
fantastic.
Love being with you.
Great.